Good morning, everybody.
Take a seat.
I think we're all here. It's time to get started. Thank you guys so much, as always, for coming in. Teachers, thanks so much for helping us get organized. Students, one more curveball thrown at you this morning, and that's the alternate seating. You guys look great. Everybody's sitting where they should be. And without further ado, I'd like everybody to please rise as I present one of our Student Council Presidents, Ben Palmer, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ben. Before we get started this morning, I just want to mention a couple of things about this year's proceedings. First, obviously, only students are in the auditorium this year. 8th graders, you may remember such times that all of our families were here also. Obviously, due to space, that's not possible. However, and this is primarily for the 62 students who will be up here receiving awards today, in the back of the auditorium is a camera. That camera is streaming these presentations directly into all of our families' homes. There are a lot of people watching right now. What I want you to remember is as you're up here receiving your award, whatever that is, I want you to remember those other people who are at home right now who can't necessarily be with us, but who are watching very intently, who are also responsible for you getting that award, okay? One thing I want you to think about when you're taking that certificate or when you're taking that plaque or when you're taking that trophy, I want you to look directly into that camera at the back of the room, and I want you to blow a kiss home, okay? Just to make this as interactive as possible with our families who unfortunately can't be here. We just want to make sure that we're acknowledging them. Families, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you also to some very distinguished guests that we have here this morning. We have two members of our town's Board of Education, Dennis Granulotti and Jim McGowan. Thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen. Also joining us from the Windsor Locks Veterans of Foreign War, Ms. Perrette Pelletier, who will be presenting that as well. Thank you for joining us. And then last but not least, also joining us today after a very busy evening, and I'm sure a very busy weekend and day yesterday, our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Parkhurst. Thanks for joining us. The purpose of our awards program is to identify and give recognition to those students who have achieved high academic honors, have demonstrated leadership and citizenship in the school, and have achieved a high level of athletic competence. Really what we're looking for in well-rounded middle school students, especially those students who are ready to do amazing things in high school. Without further ado, we'll move into our academic awards portion of the presentation. If you are presenting an academic award to one of our 8th graders, I'd ask you to please make your way to the stage. Kicking us off will be the science department led by Mr. Khan and Mr. Condon. Thank you.
So I have a sign in my room that's a quote from Albert Einstein, and it says that science is nothing more than the refinement of everyday thinking. And as you know, we do a lot of trying to refine our everyday thinking in science with these things we call CERs, claim, evidence, and reasoning. And it's a challenging thing to develop a great skill in this. And a lot of our 8th graders have done a fantastic job in really learning how to present their understanding in a very effective way. But I'd like to recognize 2 students today who have done an outstanding job, and they have done an outstanding job from home. So both of my recipients today have been remote learners almost all year, and I'm glad that I've seen them both here today. So I'd like to recognize for their outstanding work in science, Josh Arocho Morales. Come on up, Josh. And Leonora McGrath.
All right. How's everybody doing today? All right, so I also had 2 students that I'd like to recognize. I tell all of my students that we all have individual talents and skills. Some of us have to work harder than others to achieve our goals. This person is a true testament of that. Even though this person has told me that science isn't their subject, they finished with a perfect 4 in my class. I have had them lead the class in discussion and had them model for the class how they completed a project. This is the hardest working student that I have ever had in any of my classes, and also on the playing field. I'm going to really miss you next year, Allison Gull. So another student, most of the things that I teach in science generates many questions. Most students accept that and move on. This student questions everything in a good way. He won't accept that some things are yet to be explained. He digs deeper to try to find understanding. Also, his mind works differently than most. The concepts that I teach, most of us look at it in wonder, amazement, and take it for face value. Not this student. They try to figure out the math behind the science, they rearrange the topic, and ask questions that I've never heard or even thought of myself. He is a true scientist, and I am very proud of him being on his own this year. Mark not.
Hello, everybody. When you accept your awards, we're going to have you come up onto the stage so everybody can see you on the stage. Excellence is defined as the quality of being outstanding or extremely good. This year, in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic, this school, the home of the Wildcat, our administration, our faculty, our staff, and our students performed with excellence. In my English classroom, 2 students went beyond excellence in their writing, reading analysis, and the very popular iReady scores. I am proud to announce that my Excellence in English Awards go to Ajay Shingles and Xander Katelski.
The following 3 individuals went above and beyond all expectations and were leaders in the ELA classroom this year. They consistently and actively sought feedback and have made incredible growth as writers. I'm very proud to announce the following 3 recipients for the ELA Award. Hudson Farley, Katie Goff, and Allison Bob.
These two students, despite the many challenges of the school year, went above and beyond language arts. They always gave consistent effort, participated, asked questions, sought feedback, and worked their hardest each and every day. I am happy to present these two language arts awards to Aiden Hoffman and Lala McGrath.
Hi, good morning. One of our weekly words this year was perseverance. The meaning of perseverance means the continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulties, failure, or opposition. And I believe that you all have persevered this year. However, there are two students who really stood out for me this year. For their work ethic, their drive, and their determination. And I know that reading always isn't that easy to do. So I would like to honor two students this year, Trinity Martinez and Jackson Annis.
Good morning, everyone. We made it. In my position at the middle school, sometimes I have the privilege and opportunity to have students for all 3 years of their middle school career. And I am lucky enough to see them not only evolve as students, but into young men and women. And it makes me really proud to be a small part of their journey. The two students I am giving the reading award to exemplify the hard work and effort it takes to see that growth. My reading recipients for 2021 is Aryan Patel and Amal Hussain.
Morning, folks. All right, so thank you for coming to our 8th grade award ceremony. Every year, 8th grade teachers have the opportunity to choose certain students that have excelled above and beyond in each of our particular classes. Mr. Greel and I are honored to share with you all today 2 very talented students in each of our classes that have excelled in social studies class this year. When choosing candidates for this particular award, we always look for students that have excelled as an all-around student, meaning they are strong academically, but also possess social skills that afford them the opportunity to be active learners as well as great collaborators. The first student, and I'm going to do these separate, the first student that I will talk about really excelled this year in social studies class. She spent a good part of the school year as a remote learner, and while this posed its own difficulties, she was always there excited and ready to learn, with her camera on and sometimes with a different hair color. She exuded nothing but a positive attitude. When she came back to in-person learning, she excelled even further with her eagerness to learn, her active participation, and was timely in all of her work. I am very proud of her accomplishments and know that these amazing skills will lead her to a great future. Much congratulations go to Adriana Rodriguez. Her infectious personality and passion for learning will be greatly missed next year. I have one more award, and this is definitely not the least, that I will talk about. And this student also excelled this year in social studies class. He is a student that is excited to learn, and I can count on him every day to participate in class. He is a natural leader and certainly an amazing team player. During remote and in-class learning, his individual qualities as a learner were evident as he was timely in all of his work. He asked great questions and went above and beyond in his overall performance, excelling in all of his work. He too will have a very successful and meaningful high school career and future ahead of him. Congratulations to Jackson Annis. Thank you for making this class fun this year and for being such an amazing student.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you back. So I did not write a whole big thing. Sorry, you guys know I still love you though. I have been lucky enough to have these two students for the past 2 years. They have made coming into my social studies or history class so much fun every single day. Whether it was leading discussions or asking for feedback and even going that extra mile when I asked them to do something again or again, without rolling their eyes. And I know both of them are going to go on to do really great things. And one of them will probably be voting for president in the next few years here. So congratulations to Ben Palmer and Ian Palmer.
The Windsor Math Awards are given to students who consistently demonstrate a desire to push themselves regardless of their scores. They exhibit a positive attitude, excellent classroom participation, persevere in every task, have great work habits, and excellent classroom behavior. I have two very special students worthy of this award. My first recipient this year is an algebra student who embodies all these amazing qualities. He is smart, funny, and kind. He loves to be right, even though he's always wrong. He loves to prove me wrong, even though he knows I'm always right. I'm gonna miss his endless I Ready rants, his daily musical interludes during class of the Grubhub theme song, his constant gnoming pranks via Google Meets. This year, my algebra award goes to none other than Mark Notting. My second recipient is a pre-algebra student that I've had the pleasure of teaching for the past 2 years. I have seen him persevere and grow into a competent mathematician right before my eyes. I am very proud to present this year's pre-algebra award to Kush Parvadia.
Good morning. Every year, we're asked to select students that exemplify what it means to be a mathematically proficient student, a student who consistently pushes themselves and their peers, a student who exhibits a positive attitude towards learning and who perseveres even when things get tough. Let's think about that one for this year. This year's recipients for the Math Awards are as follows. In algebra, this award goes to a student who has outstanding work ethic, a great sense of humor. She excels in the classroom and out on the fields, the diamonds, the courts, whether it be soccer, basketball, softball. This award goes to KG, Katie Goff. In pre-algebra, the award goes to a student who has had outstanding work ethic also, has participated on a daily basis remotely, which is an easy thing to do with all the technology and so forth. She always produces high quality work, and I always enjoy the signing on early to have a chat with her. This award goes to Trinity Martinez.
Okay, so for the Spanish awards, I have two this year. One's going to be going to the 8th grade Spanish 1 and one to the 8th grade Spanish 2. The 8th grade Spanish 1 this year is going to go to a student that over the course of the year has been nothing but solid and consistent. She's been a resource in the room. She has encouraged her peers to always participate and try hard, and she's just one of the better students I've ever had, and that is Wlms Nunez. My second award goes to a student in the Spanish 2 that I've now had for about 3 years, including the Intro to Spanish program. And this student has always displayed a confidence in the room, a confidence in his work, and just overall has accelerated, especially in the year that we dealt with COVID. Overall, I just can't say enough great things about this student, Matt DePapo.
And the final academic award I will be presenting on behalf of Ms. Beebe, who's our district's English as a Second Learner teacher. Just for some context for all of you, imagine being asked tomorrow to move to a foreign country and learn a new language. Not only learn the new language, but to do it in a school context where you're asked to speak, you're asked to read, you're asked to write, and you're asked to listen. So the student who we're talking about here has done so many of those things in such a short amount of time. So on behalf of Ms. Beebe, who is unable to be here due to a scheduling commitment, she is pleased, we are all pleased to present this award to a student for achieving mastery on the last LACE assessment. A little background, this student relocated to Windsor Locks in 6th grade from India and has worked tirelessly to acquire academic English in the areas of listening, speaking, reading, and writing so he could succeed in school without any additional support. And anyone who knows this student knows that that is absolutely true. His hard work has paid off, and he is now a fully bilingual student, which means he speaks both English and Gurjati. I am so proud of this student for achieving this in a short amount of time, and I look forward to hearing about his continued success at Windsor Locks High School. Excuse me, this year's English as a Second Language Learner Award recipient is Kush Parker. Our next round of awards, we consider our school named awards because they are specific and they are awarded to only 2 students each year in each of the categories, in some cases only 1. For the first award, the Connecticut Association of Public School Superintendents Award, I'd like to call up Superintendent Parkhurst to present.
Good morning, everyone. So these 2 students that I'd like to recognize today exemplify not only what the criteria is for the Connecticut Association of Public School Superintendent Awards, which is excellence in the classroom and outside the classroom, but what stands out for me is what these 2 students did alongside me this year. Earlier in the year, they came with an idea of putting together, in a COVID era, putting together a student-generated, student-produced, student-run production. These two students had more plans than probably any adult would ever put together, every detail laid out. Although it didn't come to fruition, it wasn't because of their lack of effort, their lack of innovation, and lack of excellence. So I'm honored today to recognize two students, Katie and Allie Goff.
Good morning. The Connecticut Association of Schools has established a statewide program for middle school scholar leaders. The program is intended to give public recognition to two students from each middle school in Connecticut who have distinguished themselves in terms of outstanding scholarship and leadership in the school and to the community. Typically, we would have held a statewide dinner to honor these students. Unfortunately, we were not able to this year. The CAS award this year went to Benjamin Palmer and Jasmine Hurdle. The students' names will be inscribed on a plaque that is on display in the main hallway of the school. The Connecticut Association of Boards of Education Award. The CABE Award is given to two students who exhibit exemplary leadership skills. The CABE Award this year was given to Leah Quagliaroli and Xavier Angel. All right, next up is the American Legion Award. The American Legion Award is presented to two 8th grade students in recognition of their leadership, scholarship, and service. The students' names will be inscribed on a plaque that is on display in the main hallway of the school. Ms. Perrette Pelletier from the American Legion is here to present these awards, and the winners are Jack Daly and Jack Schofield. Mr. Prinstein and Ms. Gibbons to give the Good Citizenship Award.
This is going to be awesome. The WLMS Good Citizenship Award is presented to a student this year who, simply put, makes our school a better and happier place every day. From the classroom to extracurricular activities, this young man exemplifies what it means to be a good citizen. His attitude is positive, incredibly positive if you know him. He has been a super reliable friend and a teammate, and has recently even started sharing his life experience as a mentor for some of our younger students. In just 1 year at Windsor Middle School, he has maintained such a positive attitude and brought out the best in other students and teachers. I think I speak for everyone. We know I speak for everyone, students and staff, when I say we are thrilled that he has joined us this year. This year's WLMS Good Citizen Award is very proudly presented to LaShawn this morning. I told you it was going to be awesome. Okay, moving on in our presentation, I'd like to call the Unified Arts teachers to the podium to present this year's WLMS Unified Arts Awards.
Good morning. Today I have the privilege to give out 2 visual arts awards. This is always tricky for me because we have so many talented students here at WLMS. The first person I would like to award is someone who is very humble about his artistic talent. This student works with precision like I have never seen. He takes his time with his work and he thinks carefully and creatively about each artistic decision. I have no doubt that this student will go on to a career that somehow weaves in his art skills. I am so proud to give this award to Xavier Angel. Okay, my second award goes to someone who had to work extra hard this year because she was remote for most of the year. She was always asking questions when needed and remained highly engaged with our class each and every day. Her work was always well planned and executed with each lesson. The student went above and beyond most days to always do her best work. Her art skills flourished this year, and I'm sure that she also will continue to pursue the arts in her future. This award goes to Lala McGrath.
The Physical Education Award is presented to 2 outstanding middle school students who have excelled in physical education. This is not intended to be awarded to an individual who only excelled as an athlete in middle school or extracurricular sport. The nominee should have evidence with the following criteria: exemplify skill, enthusiasm, cooperation, leadership, and enjoyment, demonstrate a willingness to assist others in physical education, demonstrate a healthy, active lifestyle, be a role model for other students in physical education, and demonstrate an understanding that physical education provides opportunities for enjoyment, self-challenge, self-expression, and social interaction. We are pleased to announce our recipients to Jack Daly and Leah Quagliaroli. The goal of health education is to provide experiences for people to be able to develop the skills and acquire the knowledge necessary to lead a healthy lifestyle. The WLMS Health Award goes to 2 students who demonstrate an excellent desire in learning about the importance of health and the role it plays in the community itself. We are proud to give our health awards to Andre Gagner and Trinity Martinez.
All right, good morning. All
All right, so I'm here to present the Innovation Awards. As you guys know, Innovations is a UA class where we kind of took STEM and kind of looked on innovative inventions this year. And we had to take on the task of taking our hands-on class and making it more of a conceptual idea rather than an actual hands-on class. And I want to appreciate everyone in that class who took that and took it with stride and things like that. But like I said, this year we took on inventions and very innovative ideas. And there's 2 students who I want to give the Innovation Award to who had their inventions and had really great ideas and not only thought of themselves, but thought about the community and world around them. And those 2 students were Heather Rivera Fredericks and Kaylin Wilson for their ideas that help shape safety, not only for humans and for animals as well. So I want to congratulate them and good job this year, and thank you for rolling with the punches and taking this class as a good step into.
Okay, moving on from Unified Arts, I'd like to present Ms. Sensever Dandaran and Mr. Ferguson to present our music awards for this year. Thank you.
Okay, shout out at home squad. At home everybody. Okay, so in the spirit of a growth mindset, I'm going to do this in reverse. So I'm going to announce the Instrumental Music Department award, the name of the kid, and then read about them while they awkwardly walk up to the podium. Just because. Okay, so the Wind Ensemble Award is going to Jack Schofield. So, Jack is not only an incredible musician in his own right on drum set, snare drum, marching band, and every other percussion instrument, and of course as the drumline captain, but moreover he's a very natural teacher. Jack has quietly guided his peers with respect and insight these past years, both in person and online. I get to say that now. His unwavering composure led to many jokes, memes, and sayings like "can't crack the Jack." I will miss our musical conversations through the drum set, and thank you for your unwavering poise, and musicality. Congratulations, Jack. Marcus, your mom. Yeah, make sure Leslie saw that. The Orchestra Award goes to Josh Rodriguez. Yeah, that's right. And take your hood off, please. Thank you. So Josh will most likely be incredibly annoyed by this honor as he prefers to stay in the shadows. Outwardly gruff, but truly a compassionate person and educator. Josh has been a teacher and a guide to all younger orchestra musicians this past year, both in person and online. And Josh is really the reason that orchestra succeeded this year in any way, shape, or form. And I'd like to thank him for his leadership and skill and bite. Congratulations, Josh. The Jazz Band Award goes to Katie Goff. Yeah, come up here again. Jazz band requires risk, leadership, enthusiasm, and dedication to all things jazz. Soloing in jazz requires supreme confidence and a high level of improvisational music making. That means making it up on the spot. Katie not only consistently soloed over the past few years here, but more than that, has gone beyond to even teach other people how to do so. She has told me more than once she feels she has never done her job as a drum major, but what she doesn't see is that she did, but she did it through jazz band, as a soloist, as a teacher, and playing multiple instruments. And by doing so, has also earned a ceremonial doctoral degree. And I'm very proud to give the Jazz Band Award to Dr. Goff. Yay! The Small Ensemble Award goes to Allie Goff. I want to talk about you. Allie is an outstanding musician, skilled brass player, and natural leader. She not only chose the repertoire for her ensemble, but also adapted and changed it as it was necessary for online learning. Allie helped her peers in the brass quintet with humor and grace, and was very skilled at being a leader and not a boss. Different things. She was adamant about their success this year and worked tirelessly to inspire and teach her peers. Congratulations, Allie! Yay! Okay, so the MVP, the Most Valuable Player Award, is the highest award I have, and the recipient's name is engraved on a plaque that's hung in the hallway out by the main office. And the MVP award this year goes to Ben Palmer. Ben joins the ranks of other amazing musicians who have been integral to the success of nearly every ensemble here at the middle school in the instrumental music department. When needed, Ben rose to the challenge of learning a completely new and foreign instrument this year so he could contribute to the success of the jazz band. Ben has been integral to drumline. He's taught others mallets, cymbals, and quints over the past 3 years. He's also helped other countless musicians of all grades with the concert percussion equipment, even coming to other classes to help out. Very much appreciate that. But what makes Ben the MVP is that he is able to find the precarious balance between being a middle school boy and a young man. He's able to slough off the ridiculous comments of others and be true to himself. And as King T'Challa said, the wise build bridges while the foolish build barriers. We must find a way to look after one another as if we are one single tribe. So thanks for looking out for the tribe, Ben, and congratulations. Thank you, Mom. Okay, here's Mr. Ferguson.
Hello, everybody. I got started at Windsor Middle School 3 weeks before the pandemic started, and I've only gotten to know the students under these settings in this situation. So for the vocal program, it's been the steepest of challenges that I've ever witnessed for the students here at Windsor Middle School. They've spent the past year and a half really not being able to sing, or in very limited areas. And the students here, all of you, I couldn't be more proud at the dedication and perseverance you've displayed. I want to say thank you to all of you. The two students that I'm giving awards today have shown excellence and resilience that matches what all of you have shown this year and then exceeded as well. There's an award for honors choir and chorus. Both these students excelled all year long at helping out their peers, at learning their parts, even knowing full well that we weren't going to be able to have a concert. They still learned their music, learned their parts, lead in class, sang when it was very nerve-wracking to do so. So I was very, very proud. The honors choir award goes to Casey Haberman. Who will also be coming back in a couple of years to be my accompanist on the piano. And the chorus award goes to someone who also added to my class. We were always able to talk Marvel movies and have a great time. A great leader in our tenor department, Jackson Ennis.
Okay. Mr. Ferguson, you are tall. Presenting awards for this year's Windsor Middle School Student Council. Please welcome Mr. Galatioto and Ms. Yates.
Good morning. It's an honor to be able to present the Student Council Award on behalf of Ms. Yates, the Windsor Middle School Student Council, and myself. Student Council Award is recognition of an outstanding student leader who has made significant strides in developing their skills as a young leader. Students who earn this designation have shown a strong leadership aptitude and willingness to help raise student voices. From the moment the students stepped foot on the grounds of Windsor Middle School, they were ready to lead and take charge. Actually, the student was probably born with the ability to lead and take charge. The Windsor Middle School Student Council has always been an organization that strived to help the community outside of the school walls and help build a stronger sense of community within these walls. At the start of the school year, we wrestled with what we would be able to accomplish with the pandemic. This year's recipient was able to evaluate a given situation and come up with a well-reasoned conclusion and the best course of action. Ultimately, good decision-making stems from high responsibility, a strong sense of direction, and the ability to think quickly even under pressure. This student has exemplified all of those characteristics. I would be remiss if I did not mention the student has mastered the art of making an effective and concise agenda for the meeting. I am proud and honored to present this year's award, the President of Student Council, Benjamin Nicholas Palmer.
This is always fun for me. This next set of awards is made possible through the United States Department of Education, and I'd like to begin by reading a letter from President Joe Biden. This is the time in the awards presentation where I have to switch my voice from principal voice to president voice, so just give me 1 second. Okay. Congratulations on receiving the 2021 President's Education Award. America is a country where we are one and unite through tough times. You are the future leaders of this great nation, and through your determination and resilience to push forward, you have reached this ultimate accomplishment of being recognized for this prestigious award. Dr. Biden and I are pleased to congratulate you on receiving the 2021 President's Education Award. We are honored to join your family, friends, school, and community in celebrating your wonderful achievement. Jill and I send our best wishes and blessings. Keep challenging yourself, be kind, and while we continue to fight the COVID-19 pandemic, be sure to wear a mask. Joe Biden. I've been told that my president's voice sounds an awful lot like my principal voice. Our first recipients, and I'd like to ask you guys for a little help here, and this is going to be a lot like when I ask you to stay in your seats at the bell in the cafeteria. We'll see how far we've come. But because there are a lot of names, I'd like to just ask you to hold your applause until the list is complete. When you hear your name, you don't need to wait. Come up on stage. Ms. Dahmer will give you your award. Our first recipients are recognized for educational excellence. This certificate is given to students with a Habits of Scholarship score through 8 cycles of an average of 3.75 or higher. These students also demonstrate high motivation, initiative, integrity, and amazing leadership qualities. As your name is called, as a reminder, please come forward to receive your certificate from Ms. Dahmer. Congratulations to the following on presidential excellence. Jackson Annis. Guys, what did I say? It's like the bell just rang, and we're all, hold your applause. Joshua Arocho Morales, Lisa Bethel, Matt DePapo, Hudson Farley, Allison Goff, Katie Goff, Casey Hayburn, Caden Hallett, Jasmine Hurdle, Dustin Lloyd, Elenise Nunez, Trinity Martinez, Mary Matusevich, Lenora McGrath, Carissa Mori, Arian Patel, Leah Quagliaroli, Adriana Rodriguez, Cameron Rossignol, and Kiera Walsh. A round of applause for our presidential award. Our next set of awards are presented for educational achievement, recognizing students for their hard work, their commitment to learning, and their improvement over time. The following are recipients of the Presidential Achievement Award this year for the 2020-2021 school year. When your name is called, please come to the stage so Ms. Dahmer can present you with your award. Again, students, thank you for holding your applause until all names have been read. Congratulations to Michaela Barbell, Julia Dufresne, Faith Howard, Amal Hussein, Jolise Montas, Tyler Murphy, Mark Naughton, Austin Richmond, Reese Saavedra, Hunter Sherrico, Desiree Tate, and Nehemiah Williams. Congratulations on your achievement. Thank you. One more round of applause for our presidential winners. Good job. And now, on behalf of the entire 8th grade team to present the year-long ACE Awards, I'd like to ask Ms. Hoffman to come to the podium. Thank you.
Okay, good morning again, guys. All right, so every month, the 8th grade team, I'm speaking on behalf of the 8th grade team, every month we award students for their success in our classes, either academic, character award, or effort award. And when we name the awards, it's important for you to know why. So the academic award is for achievers of outstanding academic performance. Our character award goes to students that, in general, are people who are considered to have good character, often have traits like integrity, honesty, courage, loyalty, fortitude, and other important virtues that promote good behavior. And finally, our effort award goes to someone that is a hard worker and consistently invests time, energy, and mental ability into achieving a goal. So our recipients for this year, we pick an overall student for each category each year. So our academic award this year goes to Carissa Mori. Our character award is awarded to Kaden Hallett. And finally, our effort award, certainly not least, is Elenise Nunez. Thank you all.
All right, our next set of awards is for iReady, which, as you all know, is in our first year of implementation as both an assessment tool and an instructional tool. So this year, our teachers and our students worked very hard weekly for math and reading goals in iReady. So we're going to go in the order of 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and we're going to have 2 categories. One of them is going to be for growth, meaning a student who made the most growth. And then the achievement award is the highest score. So for 6th grade, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Reading growth, Sean Goda. And for reading achievement, Lily Robitaille. For 6th grade math growth goes to Caitlin Wadsworth. And math achievement goes to Samurai Qureshi. All right, 7th grade reading growth goes to Angeline Santiago. And reading achievement goes to Michael Ouellette. Seventh grade math growth goes to Madeline Keene. And 7th grade math achievement, Sanjana Bood. Okay, 8th grade reading growth, Sarah Gumshuda. 8th grade reading achievement, Hudson Farley. And our last group here, math growth for 8th grade, Andrew Bluen. And math achievement, Trinity Bilbo. Congratulations to all of our iReady winners on the growth and achievement scores.
Okay, we're getting near the end. We're totally switching gears now. We're gonna move into some sports awards. Just acknowledging for this group how difficult it was to even get to a point where we were able to have sports. I want to commend all the athletes and coaches and parents and families for really persevering to make sure we were able to have 5 full seasons. And before I introduce the coaches, I want to commend the 8th graders just on being a tremendously athletic class. The high school is going to be lucky to have every single one of you as you move into your various sports at the high school level. 6th and 7th graders, if you haven't had the opportunity, just to name a few, to watch Julia run through the woods, for example, or to see Jasmine's inside-out dribble, for example, or to see Jack Schofield swing a left-handed bat, for example, or to see Alice Oberg fire a perfect strike at the principal sitting in the dunk tank, for example. Just to name a few, I think the athletic achievements this year from our 8th graders were incredible. I wish you guys all the luck at the high school, and I think we're going to be reading about high school state championships in Windsor Locks in just a couple of years. So let me introduce the coaches to present our 2020-2021 Windsor Locks Middle School Sports Awards. Thank you.
Good morning. Fortunately, we were able to have cross country in the fall this year, and picking this award was really tough. The 8th grade group that I've had for about 3 years in cross country is a phenomenal group of runners. I picked 2 kids who showed the most growth. They have been our top 5 runners. They both have taken over a minute and a half off of their average time since 6th grade to 8th grade. And this year, they were actually both our number 2 runners. They're awesome. The whole 8th graders. I hope some of you go out for cross country next year. This year, it goes to Michaela Barbell and Ben Hall.
All right. So this year I took over for the girls basketball. We spring had a beautiful baby. She actually was my unofficial assistant coach. The first time I really noticed that was when I called the timeout and all the girls ran to her on the sideline. So I was, anyway, I've never seen a level of maturity on the basketball court at this age before until I met this person. She is one of the most calm, calculating, and confident leaders that I've ever seen on the court at any age or any level. This person is a true leader on the court and off. It was a pleasure coaching you, and I can't wait to see what you're going to do in the future. Jasmine Herb.
Okay, next up we got boys basketball. We had a pretty successful year, only had 8 games. We ended the year at 4-4, but we had great work ethic throughout the year, good sportsmanship, and so forth. This person played 3 years for us. He led the team in scoring this past year, came through in the clutch in a big overtime win at Ellington. Boy, in the last 18 years, that had to be one of the best games I've been through. It was phenomenal, and I think it still might be on Ellington Facebook Live feed. Hopefully it is, and we get a copy of that for years to come. This person has a bright athletic career at the high school. This award goes to Justin Morrow. Okay, next up we got boys baseball. Now this past year is a special year. Hopefully I don't break down here. We had a perfect 8-0 record. It was the first undefeated team, at least since I've been here for the last 18 years, and the key word this year was TEAM, team. Without, basically everyone was a factor in the season. Without any one person, we could have easily lost the game, but it was a phenomenal year. Now this one person that I chose and Mr. Condon chose did it all. Listen to these stats. He batted .524, had 7 RBIs, scored 9 runs, had 8 stolen bases. He played outstanding defense throughout the year, whether it be shortstop, pitcher's mound, or behind the plate. He even had a win and a save on the mound. He led by example at each practice and each game. This award goes to Xavier Angel.
I'd also like to call up the rest of the 8th grade boys at this point. Come on up here, fellas. So this is a little bit of an impromptu adjustment to our presentation. Coach Howe mentioned that our boys team this year did go undefeated, 8-0, tying the world record for records in baseball. Again, it's a tie. We're okay with that. But in talking to the boys and in talking to our families, we really wanted to make sure that we also recognize Coach at this point, not only for his leadership for the baseball team, but for basketball and leading our entire athletic department. So on behalf of our 8th grade boys and our entire school, the boys have something for you, Coach.
Hawks on 3. 1, 2, 3, Hawks!
Okay. But we did not go undefeated. But, you know, I'm going to maybe pick our AD for that tough schedule. When I think of a leader, it's someone who others follow, someone others look up to, and look up to on the field. This person can play any position on the softball field. They actually started at 3 different ones, led the team in runs batted in, and was amazing in the field and on the base path. This girl is a natural athlete and can play any sport in any position. She's going to go on to do great things in life. Alice Ober. All right, so this is for the overall girls athlete. This girl played 3 sports this year. 2 of the sports, I talked her into playing. Never even played basketball before, I don't think. And I think I've played softball since like 1st or 2nd grade. Never met more of a coachable person in my life. That's honest. Someone with a great attitude will do anything you ask as a coach. I would give her something to do. Next thing you know, the whole practice, that's what she was doing. During practice when others were screwing around, she was working on fundamentals, layups, solid, and what it takes to be a solid player. This girl took 2 sports, like I said, basketball and softball, that they were unfamiliar with, started in both of them, and made an impact in both of them. She led the team, the basketball team, in rebounds, and was in all top 5 offensive categories in softball. And then cross country, number one in cross country. I wish all athletes were as coachable as you. We're gonna miss you next year, Juliet Dufresne.
Our final athletic award is the Jimmy Downs Award. It will be presented by Coach Howe and Mr. Andrew Koulis, who is kind enough to join us this year once again. The award is presented in memory of a young boy who lost his life at a very early age. He was considered to be an outstanding young person with much promise. The award is given to an 8th grade boy considered to be a most outstanding athlete and an all-around student. The recipient will receive a trophy, and his name will be inscribed on a plaque that is on display in the main hallway of the school. Before I turn it over to Coach Howe and Mr. Koulis, I just want to acknowledge how difficult this decision was this year with as many great students and athletes among the boys in the 8th grade class. Coach Howe.
Okay. This person played 3 sports. He was a top runner on our cross-country team. He had double-digit scoring in 4 basketball games, along with playing excellent defense. I remember last year, this is a little off-key, 7th grade, I had to put him on the bench for not playing strong defense. Because when defense wins championships, as Mr. No knows, we're looking forward to seeing him and Mohegan Sun for the state championship games next year in March. But he came back strong and played excellent defense all 8th grade year. He also led the baseball team with 10 runs batted in and batted a robust .522. He also had a great year in the classroom. This award goes to Jack Grasso.
Okay, we are almost there. I just want to end our program for the 8th graders with just a couple of limited words of wisdom from my perspective. I think we've sort of talked about it, but we haven't really directly addressed it yet today. The idea of school in a pandemic. I get a lot of questions from people in life, not necessarily who are teachers or who are parents, but they said, what is it like to be the principal of a school during the pandemic? What is it like to have to figure out how to rethink school? What is it like for these kids? What is it like for their parents? What is it like for these teachers? And I always have the same answer for them based on everything that we've thrown at you guys this year, especially this 8th grade class. And for that, I'm talking to parents and families also. My answer to those people who ask, what's it like going through a pandemic as the principal of middle school? Give them the same answer every time. I said it's been really easy this year because we have the best group of 8th graders we could ever possibly imagine. And I thank you guys for doing everything that you did, everything that was asked of you, the crazy plans that we came up with over the summer. And parents, thank you so much for your input, for your questions. But you guys didn't bat an eye. You didn't flinch when you were told you had to wear masks. You didn't flinch when we said, yep, you gotta have shields. You can only sit 4 to a table. There are certain days when you're not going to be able to come in. There are certain weeks and months that you're not going to be able to come in. What you guys have gone through this year is completely unnatural. And what that means is that everything that you go through from here on out, I guarantee you is going to be easier than this. So I wish you nothing but the best at that in the high school. But just getting back to that question that's often asked of me, and this goes for the 7th graders and the 6th graders also. I feel truly lucky, and a lot of the teachers have heard me say this. A lot of your parents have heard me say this also. What's it like to be the principal of a school during a pandemic? I wouldn't want to go through it with anybody other than this group of kids. You guys made this year incredibly easy as students. I thank you guys so much. Give yourselves a round of applause. Just acknowledging two other groups. I say this also to parents who aren't tired of listening to me at this point, and for the parents who are tuning in. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. We've got in this town, we have the best group of kids. In this auditorium, we have a subset of those kids who are unbelievable. They've done everything right this year. They've done it with kindness. They've done it with agility. They've done it with perseverance. That doesn't happen by accident. So parents and families, grandparents, if you were here right now, we'd give you a round of applause, because great kids come from great families and great homes. So kids, I want you to turn to face that camera and give your families a round of applause. Thank you so much. And then there's one last group who I would just be remiss if I left out. And this is maybe, school in a pandemic. This has been, you guys all know this. This has been the group that really kept us afloat this year. They've looked after you guys. They've been hard on you guys. They've been understanding of you. But for a school to be this successful in a year with so many obstacles, so many things that we have to overcome, I want to thank every adult member of this community who works in this building for everything that you've done. You guys have been unbelievable. And just like the kids and just like the families, if I have to go through school in a pandemic, each one of you guys, thank you for everything that you did, and I wouldn't want to go through it with anybody else. Kids, give your teachers a round of applause. Thank you so much. That being said, 8th graders, this is the last time you're going to hear me say this as your principal. I'm doing everything I can to hold it together, because you guys will be missed. I love working with you. I love you guys as young people. I see incredible things in your future. But for the last time as middle school students, until you come back as Windsor Locks visitors, during which you will always be welcome. This will always be your home. I'd like to dismiss you, 8th graders, for the last time as 8th graders, back to your A period classes before you move on to B period. Okay, I wish you nothing but the best. I love you, 8th graders. Now get your stuff and move to B period. Thank you so much.